You are now politicking with Poe on PoPolitickin.com.
I don't know how y'all see it, but when it comes to the children, Wu-Tang is for the children. We teach the children. You know what I mean?
What's good? This is Noa James. Tune in to PoPolitickin on Spotify. Lit ass interview. Let's go.
Keep that shitty energy to yourself. 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 No, 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 you can't have my soul. No, 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 you can't have my soul. Leave me alone, shit. Get off my road. Get off my home seat. You are a snake. Lisa, call pest control. Don't come around here with that shitty ass energy. Don't disturb my vibe or my tranquility. God bless the soul. Whoever is my enemy. God bless the soul. Whoever is my enemy. God bless them. God bless them. See, they come around and they try to test them. See, God bless them. God bless them. See, they come around and they try to test them. And I tell them, keep that shitty energy to yourself. To yourself. Keep that shitty energy to yourself. To yourself. Keep that shitty energy to yourself. To yourself. Keep that shitty energy to yourself. We say, get from around here. Get from around here. Get from around here. Get from around here. From around here. If I told you all my weakness, will you help me get stronger? Stab me in, I'm back and do a motherfucker wrong. Like, if I told you all my weakness, will you help me get stronger? Stab me in, I'm back and do a motherfucker wrong. But you shouldn't give a fuck. Chase your dreams and never give it up. Every milestone you touch, you better live it up. Pour that liquor up and blast a bitch. I'm a bus driver, what an uppercut. Face your fears like, what the fuck is up? That's how you keep your heart gold and your skin tough. Bring that wall down, but you gotta put your shield up. Because shitty energy like this stuff real tough. Protect yourself, don't hide yourself, and fuck all the fake ones. Keep that shitty energy to yourself. To yourself. Keep that shitty energy to yourself. To yourself. Keep that shitty energy to yourself. To yourself. Keep that shitty energy to yourself. We say, get from around here. Get from around here. Get from around here. Get from around here. Around here.
Welcome back to PoPolitickin.com, your home for self-help meets hip-hop. Make sure you subscribe, or I guess it's follow on Spotify, but we're on Spotify, so make sure you subscribe on there. 1212, I'm in the place to be with my homie Noa James. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Blessings.
I be trying to take him back with that 1212 in the place to be. That's my new thing. All right, man. So I was reading about you because I was reading your bio on Wikipedia, and I saw how like it's self-help meets hip-hop, and I just saw how you grew up. You know, you was without your parents, you was in an orphanage, and without your grandpa. So I kind of want to talk about some of that and how it brought you to music.
Word. Like, I don't know, being in the system, I think a lot of kids in the system end up being artists.
Mm.
Because, we don't got toys, we don't got a lot of stuff. So we just have our imagination, like, to escape. When reality is getting too, not even real, just getting a little too rough when you're 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's like, any type of art. Like I think music was just me saying it out loud, or it helped me a lot. Like that's I started out battling. Like that's how I started out. Like getting my aggression out, so I wouldn't be so violent. And I think being in the system and being like some people grew up in a single mother household. Like I didn't have a mother or a father, so it was kind of like. And Granny is a soldier. Granny didn't raise us like a mother. It was different. She was like a general. So it was like art was always the to escape. You know what I mean? Like it was always the escape to go into my imagination. Right away my pain. Tell my mama how I really feel. like like that's what I did. Like I think it's crazy. Like I think about it consistently how it all makes sense now. Like all of that. Like being in an orphanage, being in detention centers, shit, being in juvenile hall, even going to jail, like all of that shit. Um, all this like solitude in a sense. Like,
Get your mind right, huh?
yeah, in your mind, like you really like you have to clear your mind to not let these things break you. Like you have to have a strong ass mind to be in these places where you're not safe 24 hours. You're not safe from other kids that's in the system or even the people who work there.
Mm.
No, because you got people that's molesting kids. You got people who erase the kid's whole file that sell them on a black market like the kid didn't even exist.
Mm.
Parents be like, "Where my kid at?" And they be like, "What kid?" And that happened. Like shit like that really happens in the system. Like people just shit people see on TV. Like, man, where do they come over with these stories? Like, nah, there's some real ass stories.
So like, if it's like kids that like, how do you like? What are some things you was doing to like get your mind, like have your mind strong like that? Like if you going through stuff like that, like what are some things you can do, or you just
Man,
really?
I freestyled a lot. Like I freestyled a lot. I wrote a lot. If I had access to like even books or like National Geographic was one of my favorite books when I was a kid. If I get a hold of that, that was like one thing that I would just like, even if it's just a quick, like if I'm going to the doctor's office and I'm in there seeing the magazine for a moment, that moment is going to last me 2 months if I don't get a hold of nothing else.
Mm.
Like it was just something like if I saw something in my mind just went off. Like, cause it was just like anything new, you know what I mean? Too like go outside instead of being destructive. I would just chill or go talk to. I remember this one OG. He ran an African shop, and this is when I learned about who I am and my culture. I remember coming back telling people like, "Yeah, man, you ever heard about Mount Kilimanjaro?" like really breaking down, figuring out like I'm Haitian and all. Just, bruh, it was a. As a kid, I had to have to kind of go on adventures.
And then who is that? I don't even know what that is. You got school.
Like,
Who is that?
oh, well, so Mount Kilimanjaro is like the biggest mountain in Africa.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
as a kid, everyone know about Mount Everest,
Yeah.
but who know about Mount Kilimanjaro? No, and I started learning about African kings and queens and African proverbs, and learning that Christianity was in Africa before anyone got it. Like what? Like shit that really made me go, all right. But for me to even get that knowledge, I had to go on adventures. I had to like get out or come by. Like I think it was a lot of OGs too. When I saw OGs or older people, it was easier to talk to them. Like go up to them and talk to them. Especially like my motto since a kid is be respectful.
Mm.
So since I could I remember at 7, learning how to play chess because I went up to an OG. He was playing chess and he taught me how to play chess. And that's me being parentless gave me that freedom.
And then who are some of the artists that influenced you with your music,
Man,
like in the early stages?
BB King, uh, Muddy Waters,
Hmm.
Wu Tang, Rakim. Then I started getting a hold of like Beanie Siegel. Like who else I started getting into? Man, that's like the early like I can remember. Like I was here and there, like certain hip hop I would listen to. I was into Slipknot. Like it was so much shit coming up that it was kind of like I traded albums and CDs. Like someone had this, if someone had Blackout One, and someone in my other homie had Slipknot, so we traded the albums. So I
Hmm.
gave him Blackout, and he gave me Slipknot. Then I listened to Slipknot. Then someone traded Slipknot for the Rage Against the Machine album. Then I traded the Rage Against the Machine album for Chronic 2001. Like it's always like that's how my music. Then I have my go to, like I have my grandfather's Bobby Blue Bland albums and BB King albums and Marvin Gaye, and like I had all his oldies, so that's why that stuck to me because I had my grandmother, my grandfather's music. Then
No,
all the other music was kind of like trade.
I'm saying, what do you love about music? Like, what the feeling does it give you?
Shit, I can do anything in music. Like I can write my story, I can rewrite my story. I can write myself as a villain, a hero. It's true like freedom of the mind. Like you know, and you get to take the most powerful thing. Like, to me, words are very powerful, and I get to just like transform them into me. Like I can heal myself. You know what I mean? Shit, you can hurt yourself doing this. So it's like with me, it's just like ultimate freedom. Like the free to do anything, to be anything, to be anybody, to say what you need to say. Like even some people, I never get people fearing judgment of music. I never understood that because this is your music.
Hmm.
I have music where I broke into heaven and killed everyone in heaven to bring my grandfather back. And people like, damn. I said that was my thought at the time. My grandfather just passed, and everyone's telling me he's in heaven. And I'm like, all right, if he's in heaven, I'm about to go get that nigga then. Like, like y'all telling me one thing, but y'all don't understand how I feel.
Right.
So I'm gonna write it out.
And then what is hip hop to you?
Shit. You know what? It's changed over the years, man. Like to me, like plain and simple, hip hop is our culture. Like crazy, it's black people culture.
Right.
It's our culture all the way of everything about us, like from conscience to passionate to ratchet as fuck. Like we're everything. Like we're hip hop shows that black people is everything.
Did you watch the? I don't know if you watched Hidden Colors, but it was something. Did you see how like if you really look at hip hop, it's a lot like how Africa was. Like even the dances, the
Yeah,
hairstyles, the gold chains, all that shit.
it got people don't realize that we're still showing our roots,
Mm-hmm.
just on a different soil, but a lot of manipulation behind it. Like there's people that manipulate our culture. You know what I mean? It's like people would give Mr. T shit about wearing the chains. And he would tell people, I wear these chains because my ancestor wore chains. So
Right.
I wear these gold chains to celebrate my ancestors and see, look where we came from those chains to these chains. And I understand that, like, damn, like, still providing for our culture. So, like, hip hop culture is crazy. Like, in America, black people, our culture to everyone else is America's culture, and American culture is our oppressor's culture.
Right.
So it's kind of like
Hmm.
our culture is hip hop all the way, and that ends up being everyone's cultures too.
And then I say with me, this is why I kind of do what I do because I have a fear. Like you kind of like I have a fear that hip hop might become whitewashed.
Oh
And
man,
then so that's my fear because it's like you saying like it's our culture, but if you look at a lot of the top artists, they're white.
you know what I look at, man, because I fear that same thing. I just realized that white people are the majority of America. Like
Mm-hmm.
when I go on tour, when we hit that Midwest, bro, for a whole month, we do not see black people. I mean, we're through the whole like we call it's like the atmosphere route, like the whole Rhyme Sayers route. Like every time I went on tour with Murs, and that when we started hitting the Minneapolis and even Chicago and all of that, even at the shows, it's majority white people and a little bit of Latinos.
Mm.
But when we hit the major city like LA, of course Cali, then we hit like Miami, then you hit like DC, like the East Coast. Like East Coast is, oh my God, that's it's all colorful. But when you hit that middle of America, bruh, they're only we only see white people. And that's where we sold the most merch at. Like it's crazy. That's where we sold the most merch at. That's where the most support came from. It was crazy to see that. Like I was upset at every other people. Like what? Like we can't sell merch in New York, and this is a mecca of hip hop. We can't sell. People got the arms crossed, even for MERS. Like it was the craziest shit ever. But when we hit the middle of America, it's all white people, and they're the most supportive. It's a mind fuck. And you start talking to them, and the only thing they really know us from is hip hop or BET.
Mm.
Like, what the fuck? The only thing they know us from is from hip hop culture or what's shown on black entertainment television.
Mm. Oh yeah.
And that's not even scratching the surface
Right.
of who we are. So it's like, fuck. And they support it. But when of course, if they see their own doing it just as
They support
better,
them harder.
oh man, and I like I can't I it's like I can't be mad at that. You know what I mean? Because we got to look at it. We've been brought up to be American. We support everybody. We let everyone enjoy our culture, but everyone isn't like that.
Yeah, cause I see it, especially like cause I be on the blogs and shit, so I see it. I'll see like the white artists and the black artists, and the white artists won't even be that tight, but shit, I go to his views, that shit's up there. I'm like, damn.
It's just people want to see their people, like it's like Post Malone. Like Post Malone music is whatever. But and the thing is he did make hip hop. He was making folk country music at first. Then he did hip hop. Then he went back.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Pink. Pink didn't make hip hop. Pink made hip hop because L.A. Reid told her to. Then when she blew up in the hip hop genre, she can go back to the pop era.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what they do because hip hop is the best. Is to some people is liquid funds, but to some like a lot of Asians love it because they love how we can make anything cool.
Yeah.
Like my girl's Laos, and she have an uncle that say, "Man," he said, "Y'all can." He's the thing about black people. It don't matter what y'all do, it becomes very cool, and everyone want to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, that's
So
and
I
yeah,
guess
that
the way I'm looking at it now, I just feel like we gotta do a better job of like gatekeeping. We can't just let everybody come in the culture, but we want everybody to. We gotta start quit letting everybody come in and embrace and get in the culture like that.
I feel you,
If it's
man.
whack, you gotta kick them out.
It's a lot, but it's a lot of our gatekeepers that fucked us over, man. That's what happened. The keys got turned over to like say, all right, a lot of Jewish people ran the music business. Even today, they still run it a little bit. But even back then, they believed in artist development.
Mm-hmm.
They still believed in artists that, like, from talking interviews, how to speak up, how to look up, how to shake a hand, how to deal with press. like like just now, not just putting out, but trying to help you become even a better person. Where nowadays, shit, you just get Bobby Starter a couple million, and pretty much it's a setup for the FBI to get him. To give enough money for him to re-up on guns and drugs. What do you think they're gonna do? And they can tour? What do you think they're gonna do? What do you think they're gonna do? Listen, you gonna give these people $1 million. You gonna give these kids, oh man,
In the
lost
hood.
kids in the hood, $1 million. Not really. They're not really known as a recoup. Like, you gotta pay at least half of this back, and Uncle Sam is gonna take half too. So it's like, it's a lot of shit, bro. I realize what you're doing and what I'm doing, even what Curtis is doing, a lot of homies are doing, is we got to protect our communities.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a lot of places are, the gatekeepers already opened the gate where where we're from, like in the IE. I try to be in tune with the up and coming artists that's coming up. I try to talk to them, and if I'm not on the road, I'm here throwing little events, or I
Yes.
attend their attend their events and really talk to them like, yo, man, take your lyrics off them tracks,
Yeah. What?
But then I tell them, when you go into the studio, ask the engineer for this, because they don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't know what's a show track or a TV track is, because even their engineer isn't like, oh, you want your show versions? They not. So it's like really, really talking to the people within our community. It's kind of like voting. Like they say, don't worry about the big election. Worry about the election that's in your city.
Mm.
You know.
Now, now I noticed with your music, I was listening to all your music on SoundCloud and Spotify. I noticed I hear a really positive theme. So I'm pretty sure you do that on purpose. So I just want you to talk about why you speak so much positivity in your music, vice other artists, because it seems like a lot of artists ain't doing that.
I don't know. I'm dark, man. I have very dark past. I think the most positive people in this world been through some very, very hard times. You know what I mean? And because of my dark past and everything I've been through, I started changing the cycle. Like, they say hurt people hurt people. So I'm a hurt person. I should not hurt the next person. I should break the cycle right here with me and just start showing unconditional love. Like, without me even knowing you or knowing where you've been, I can still show you love. You know what I mean? And be compassionate and have empathy. Even for your past and you trying to change it. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, that's why my music's so positive now, because that shit, I think a lot of people, sometimes their music isn't that because they haven't been through that real rough time yet. You know what I mean? Like, that true, like, I know even gangster rappers seeing people die in their hands, but they still don't feel that. They still that if your homies died in your hand and you still rapping about killing niggas, that moment didn't do nothing for you.
Right.
Like, your homie almost died in vain, in a sense. If y'all continue the bloodshed or you continue to hurt, like, you've been beat by your mom or you've been beat by your parents and now you beating your kids or you beating someone else, nothing changed.
Mm.
So that's why I like my music. Like, in the beginning, my music was dark. Like, in the beginning, you listen to my music prior 2010, like 2009, it was still positive in a sense, like a little piece of light, but it was dark. The 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 end of the book is like the end of the story is saying I'm trying to be positive, but I don't know how. Then I went through a transition where I figured out that light of me. I figured out that light. I figured out what do I need to change about me to become who I want to be, and that's when my music changed. And it's
So how did
crazy.
you figure that? What did you figure out?
Self love, man. Like you have to truly, you have to love yourself. That was the first step.
And
Love
forgive.
yourself. Yeah, like then admit your wrongs. Admit your wrongs. Like don't even look at no one else. Like look, like I started. Then self forgiveness. Then I went to like all of that shit. Then I started forgiving. Like my mom. I forgive my mom. I never met my dad, but I came to cope with if I ever met him. He might just have to catch my fade, and that's about it. Then we could, just a fade real fast. That's it. He a man. He good. He can deal with it. So it's like certain things made me smile that used to make me like stuff that made me like make me smile like really the stuff that used to open up wounds or cut me real bad. Now I can think about it and really smile about them. Like it's not tapping into pain no more. It's tapping into overcoming or resilience, like really having this showing that character of I overcame the obstacles and I'm happy because of that. Because usually a lot of us don't get out that abyss
Right.
of holding on of pain that's not even yours. Sometimes, like you hold on to pain that's not even yours, where you're not even focusing on your own pain. Then once you start focusing on your own pain, now it's overwhelming because now you feel it and you don't take accountability and you start putting other people at fault. And that's when everything start getting pushed away. Everything you wanted, everything you getting close to, you start pushing it away. And I tell people like self love and self awareness, self education, like all this self, everything about self. I had to really reprogram myself. Like that's even my eating habits, even my emotional eating. Like I had to realize that's still a choice. That's still me having a choice, letting my emotions from my past make me overeat. You know what I mean?
But yeah, I was gonna ask you that later, but I asked you that. But you lost a lot of weight, right? You was
Oh
talking about
yeah,
working out
man.
earlier.
Yeah, that's shit. I used to weigh 609. Now I'm down to like my 400s. Like I'm one of the last time I just weighed myself. It was like 440, 450.
You trying to get right, huh?
Yeah, bro, I have to.
So how often you work out?
We're like probably 3 to 4 days. Like that's like at home and the gym.
Yeah.
So 3 to 4 days. The dude that's managing me now, he's a nutrition. And like he does nutrition, and he got me eating healthy. And that been like how long, Lisa? How long? Like a month. I'm a month, like month eating clean. So we kind of changed our diet up, but then we start really being on it. Like I've been eating sweets in 7 months. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, people gotta understand, like, food is a drug too, though.
Oh man, food it can be the worst drug.
Yeah.
People die from it. Like you can die from heroin and crack. You can die from diabetes. You can die from heart attack, heart failure, cholesterol, arteries getting clogged, blood clogging in legs. Like that's how
Mm-hmm.
heavy D passed from a blood clog in his leg. Then he had a stroke
Mm-hmm.
because he was too heavy traveling overseas. Like like so it's kind of like it's crazy, like self education, like understanding why I shouldn't be eating this, why I shouldn't be eating that. Like why when I go visit my grandmother on Thanksgiving and I see how she cooked and I realize like, whoa, that's a lot of shit. That's Granny. That's too much of that mac and cheese.
All right. So speaking of Granny, I know you got the new project. By the time we put out this interview, it's gonna be out. I know it's about to come out, but it'll be out by the time we put out the interview. Granny said.
Granny said,
So I just
man.
want you to talk about the album a little bit, the background about it.
A lot of it's crazy. A lot of my music it has her wisdom in it. Always, I always have her wisdom or her touch on it somewhere. Even my grandfather and me recording at Alpha Pup. We did about 40, 60 tracks. Then DJ Nobody helped, like, picked out the tracks to kind of figure it out. And it's crazy how all these tracks just fell. Like, it's like I could take these 60 tracks and then throw them out. And no matter what track you pick, it fits on this project. Because I recorded it in a time where, I'm thinking about my grandmother a lot, because my little brother's going through something and my mama's out of jail trying to get her life together, and my grandmother got a van now and she's trying to drive more. She's 77, being more independent, and she just gotta. Now she's taking care of now she's taking care of her great grandsons. So it's like her life and her energy and giving it is never ending. And her mind, she was on my mind, of course, that time a lot. So it's like, even nobody, like, this project is called Granny Said, man. Like, that's like, it was crazy how magical this project came together, like, effortless. And that's how music been for me for the last 2 years, just creating fearlessly, creating consistently, and not being afraid to put it out. And if it's crazy how it just falls like it's butter. It like just drips.
Yeah, I want you talking about the story about the cover.
Oh man, that's me and my grandmother in front of our house in a high desert. Like, Lisa J shot it. I said, Granny, I need you on the cover. She said, all right. And got it, got her one of her favorite outfits on. And it's crazy. The picture that's the cover. My grandmother directed that. She said, "Lisa, I'm talk to him, and you gonna take these pictures." And she started talking to me, and Lisa started taking the pictures. I'm like, "Damn, look at her, still directing my life. Look at it." It
All
was
right.
like,
And I want you to talk about some of what things you like to do outside of music when you're not making music.
shit. If I'm not making music,
Or you
golly,
always making music.
man,
You ain't
that's
got no
like.
books or nothing you like to read.
You know what, man? I haven't been in book like documentaries. Like, I go into many documentaries or a lot of Animal Planet, or I'm reading more about the music business, or, man, merchandise. Or I'm trying to learn more on Final Cut Pro to learn how to edit more. Like, I think my hobbies got to do with, 'cause I think, like, music has become my life, like everything about it, like every every day, like even you know my people getting into character for this to be an artist, and this not even this. It's me. This is me since I was a kid. So it's like, it's crazy. It's all in one. I got homies as teachers, right? And they do Fame Kills. He's a teacher and he's a rapper. And I always tell him, having those two lives is kind of gonna throw you off, because they deserve to be in the same light. Like, he got his masters in creative writing, you know what I mean, and and he's a teacher. And I'm like, see, when you separate those lives, it's gonna be hard for you to be creative. Sometimes it's gonna be hard because you're trying to have two lives, and that's that's the hardest thing to do. You know what I mean? So even when I worked a 9 to 5 being a security guard, I did a music video with Murs, and I ended up telling the story when I was security in his music video, and he flew me out to Kansas, and I visited Tech Nine Studios, and I did to tell a story about me being a security guard, not to rap on the track, but no, he needed me in a video to be his co-star to tell a story about me being a security guard because I didn't separate my life from being a security guard and an artist. To me, it was all in the same because now I have story to tell.
Right.
Like I've been a bodyguard. I've been a bodyguard for Bobby Valentino, Ray J, Fantasia. Like, so it's like you
Anything
really
ever went
gotta,
down where you had to do
yeah.
some stuff?
Oh man, like that's true. Still got my weapons permit. Still got my gun. Man, I got everything. I remember. Hey, I remember. I remember Bobby Valentino was trying to holler at some dude girl, and I had to pick him up like a baby, and had to take him to a hotel that was next door.
Yeah,
And
cause I mean, so you a bodyguard. So that dude, the dude X that just passed away,
yeah,
I was just wondering why was he by himself like that? That was my whole thing. Like,
you
you know,
know
you
what,
got
man?
money and you in a tight car, all that. Why you by yourself? Then he supposed to have somebody with him or something?
I think you all when you're at that level, you should always have someone with you because you're very naive. Like you're very naive to think no one gonna want to touch you. Like
Yeah,
you're a meal ticket to people, and you're in your hood. Like it ain't that many rappers that can go back to their hood and still have jewelry on. Even like the gangster rappers, when they go to their hood, they don't flex because
yeah.
they know how hungry people is and what they would do. So I didn't understand X thinking he's loved that much where no one is someone, bruh. Man, if I'm at Denny's, people still come up to me if I'm at Denny's. I don't know who they are. I don't know who they are, and they will say what's up and talk and chill right there, and I don't know who they are at all. But I'm not at a level where I need a bodyguard.
Oh, oh
And
yeah, you got the weapons permit on you, so you
I'm
good.
good, man. I'm good.
You
I know a
strapping.
couple of chokeholds, hold you down, pin you down, make a citizen's arrest. I'm all right. You
So,
know,
like I said, I can see your career. Like I see the upward. You're going upward. So
yeah,
what would you say your 3 goals for your career right now? Where you at?
become an official touring artist, like consistently. Like my one goal is to tour 3 to 4 times a year on a national scale and an international scale. That's been like one of my biggest goals right there, and that's one goal. Shit, my second goal, take brick to your face on the road also. Like brick to your face is like all the events we throw, like Common Ground and Smiley Face Gathering and DIY Festival. We put together all the events, and one thing I always did is I always took my little homies on the road with me. Like I would do like a Cali tour, 10 days up the whole coast, and we would take like 2 homies with me. You know what I mean? And that kind of give people a perspective of I can do this because
Yeah.
that's what I need. I went on tour at MERS. I said, "What? That's it? I'm with this." Like for real, because people understand. People are really scared of tour, man. A lot of artists, you'd be surprised. A
Oh
lot
yeah. I
of
mean, I see
artists,
artists scared to do interviews.
man, you know what I mean? Like they scared a lot. They scared of a lot of stuff that's supposed to make you successful in the business because they just want to rely on the internet.
When you say Murs is your mentor,
Yeah,
or
yeah, that's of course my men. That's one of my mentors. That's one of the OGs.
yeah,
This is a dude, and this is a dude when I campaigned for paid dues, and he hit me up like, "Yo, tell your people to calm down," because all my people was adding him and tagging him like putting Noa James on paid dues. He said, "Tell all your people calm down. You got it." I said, "All right." Then I called the homie Chuck Dizzle, and Chuck Dizzle said, "Not until you CTC." And I'm like, "What's CTC?" He said, "Until they cut the check, Noah, don't calm down." Then and that's like the first introduction to meeting Merz. Cause Merz like, you was a pest, dog. Like you was so annoying. But he like you were such a. He said, but you made me look at a city. You made hit like I helped him look at the IE. Like damn, there's some talent out there. And after that, you know the homies. Even Stevie Chris got on paid dues. Curtis got on paid dues. The homie Speak got on paid dues. Like a lot of people where I'm from got on the paid dues festival. So that was a dude I looked up to. I wanted to do what he was doing, and that was building your own legacy, but at the same time, giving a platform to artists that's known, the known unknown. Like they're known, but they're unknown to the world. You know what I mean? Like it's always like big local acts that just need a little nudge to get a little bit of light, and Murs is definitely one of the like.
And you was talking about the IE, so I heard you was talking about Curtis King earlier. I had him
Yeah.
on the show, but then who are some more artists in the IE that we should be looking out for?
You get hit up, my bro Cam Gnarly.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be interviewing him next.
Cam and the homie Cam Archer. Who's another? Who just dropped a? There's a homie named Nashan. There's a psycho sloth. Um, there's a whole squad called Black Noise. They're from Pomona, and the
Mm-hmm.
Ozenraff is in it. Zen Stokely. Man, I can fuck. There's a whole UTB in Moreno Valley. That's home with Dre Biggity, Cassius Green, then you got Young Miss. I've been booking shows in IE for a decade.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? For a whole decade. Like shit. I was booking Ab-Soul before Schoolboy was rapping.
But I'm saying, isn't it like, I don't know, I kind of get a bad rep. I mean, it seems like y'all get a bad rep because I know they call Moreno Valley the murder. I hear a lot of people saying like it ain't safe out there to be out in San Bernardino.
Nah, that's people that's to me is people who don't really live out here.
Hmm.
Like really live. Like Two Max, you heard of Two Max. You heard
Hmm.
of, oh, so Two Max is part of like Project Bloat. You heard
Uh-huh.
Project Bloat? Like Ganja K, AC Alone, Freestyle Fellowship.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So Freestyle Fellowship, right? They're the fathers of Project Bloat, The Good Life, and like Two Mex is like an OG, like AC Alone, Charlie Tuna, Self Jupiter. Like Two Mex is a real big OG. Like be real, right?
Yeah.
He lives in San Bernardino,
Hmm.
and he walks the streets of San Bernardino. You know what I mean? Like it's it's safe. It's just like everywhere else. It's just bad parts.
Hmm.
Like that's it. Like you can be in Fontana. There's no problem. Ontario's no problem. Corona's no problem. Chino, Rancho Cucamonga, even in Rialto, North End of San Bernardino. Merino Valley isn't bad. Merino Valley is where there's a lot of congestion, like a lot of people. That's where of course, where it's hood at. That's where it's bad.
Yeah.
But Crooked Eye lives near Merino Valley. J Lo just bought a house near Merino Valley.
Yeah, it ain't
Like
that bad then,
really
huh?
a valley. It's really like farmlands and like IE is the inland valley. There's more land than city.
Hmm.
So it's like little pockets where it's hot. Like
Yeah.
that's it. And it goes because the police out here are cowboys, bro. They don't play. They do not play at all. Like, and out here, if someone get killed by the police, you're not going to hear it on the news.
Hmm.
Get covered up that fast. We have Big Bear. We have the desert. We have dirt. We have land. Like it's IE to me is people just don't get it. You know what I mean? They just don't. Is LA's a city. Like LA, San Diego, it's a city. It's y'all have your own news. People have their own shit. Like IE doesn't.
I know. I see.
Yeah,
Because
it's
a lot of
not.
those rappers you mentioned, I gotta check them out. I haven't. Yeah, it's like you
I
don't have the
sent you a
media
list,
either like
man.
that.
Like Stevie Crooks almost got signed at Ninth Wonder. You know what I mean? He's from the Merino Valley. you know. And his music is, you don't listen to him, you think he's from New York, and he's from Reno Valley. So I eat like barrels too. Like IE has is because I think my generation and new generation is really doing music. Now we're getting our sound. Now we're figuring out what's the Inland Empire sound because our sound is everywhere. Like it's. I'm thinking about it now. Like goddamn, there's a lot of
You
sound.
got hype. You went off. You went on a tangent.
Yeah, like it's different. Like my music is positive, but I start mosh pits over positive music. You know, people mosh pit to a lot of my music. People, because I'm aggressive. Like I got a song that called "Keep That Shitty Energy to
Yeah,
Yourself."
I was listening to it. I like that.
You know what I mean? And people really mosh to that and scream it out. So it's kind of like me taking that same energy of the new underground. People want to call it the new underground, and just giving it my twist of it. You know what I mean?
All right, but we got a few more questions. Going to wrap it up. I was going to say, what advice would you give to new artists as far as like marketing, building a brand, building that buzz?
Man, you know what? I just told a homie this. I like after you're done with your music and first of all, don't release a date to your project until the music is done, the album cover is done, the back cover is done, it's uploaded to iTunes or SoundCloud or CD Baby, whoever you're going through, then you will give a release date. Do not give a release date to your music until all of that is done. Like, so you don't be stressing over a date or a time or something. If it's significant, if you want a significant date, get your shit done so you can get that significant date you want. But until that, don't do none of that. You know what I mean? Even get your merch done. Even print up your CDs. All right, this is some shit I do all the time. Like right now, my album been done since May, and we figured out the rollout in June. Then we started doing we did we start figuring the rollout the first 2 weeks of June. Then we start rolling out the project the
Yeah,
second week of June.
and so you actually went into a good thing because it's artists that don't do a rollout. They just put out the project and just expect. I don't know. I guess they just expect people to hear it.
Yeah, like I like rollouts. I like even like switching up my IG page and give my IG page an identity of shapes and colors and backgrounds with my grandmother's favorite flower. Like people like one of my homies asked me like, "Man, you keep on using that frame." I said my grandmother's favorite flower is the bird of paradise. So I use a frame of the bird of paradise, and every post will be posted with that frame, a shape, or some wildflowers in the back. And that was one of my goals. Like how am I going to pitch myself or sell myself to consumers, because I do have my fan base already, but at the same time I gotta attract new supporters and new fans. Because some people don't listen to the music first. They go look at you and look at your page and shit.
Yeah,
They,
yeah. They get the
that's
visual
how
and
they
everything.
judge if they're going to listen to your music or how you are. So it's kind of like how can I put the same energy I have in my music, the same content, the same message in my music? How can I put that on my social media? And I tell artists, that's the tip right there. Like, figure out how to sell yourself. Truly, not like, and don't take that as bad, because you are a product, you are a brand in a sense, and
Yeah, I'm
you're
gonna sell my
so,
soul.
you know what I mean? Like, and that's why some people really feel like I can't sell my soul. Like, listen, bruh, if you got a social security number, the soul
Always
has been
sold.
sold already. So don't even worry about it. Just, you know, have respect and have honor for yourself to put yourself out. Like, I remember the one dude, like, man, in the beginning, this dude never dropped a project, never did nothing, and he was like, I ain't selling my CDs in front of this store. I'm not looking at him like, bruh, how people going to know you? And this is like MySpace days. Like, you don't even
Yeah.
have a MySpace. Like, this is the only way you're going to get it because you're so anti social media, but you want to sell your CDs. It's just, have pride about yourself, Don't some people, Jay-Z and them, can just drop a project and do one tweet and everyone gonna listen to it, but everyone can't do that. And I know people want to get to that point where they can do that. So that's time with me. Like, I don't think I'll never be that person. I'll probably drop a mixtape like that, but album, I'm gonna give you a rollout. I'm gonna give you info.
And then what would you like? What would you like to say to your fans? People that been supporting your fans. What would you like to say to them?
Hey, shit. Thank you. Cause this has been a long road. It's been a ups and down road. Sometimes an artist in their career, they kind of stay at one level when it comes to their music. You know what I mean? But I know people that have been listening to me since the beginning. And thank you for like sticking around through the transformation. So now I can give you what y'all deserve. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people love my old shit because it was very dark, and people can relate to that. But at the same time, I'm gonna give y'all something where I want y'all to get out the darkness. I want y'all to remove fear from everything that you wanted to do, and that hopefully my music is that. And for the fans, shit, supporters, family, friends. I don't know, aliens, shit. Appreciate you.
And then,
Too.
any like new listeners from like the show, they just not hearing about you. Why should they follow you on your journey? Check you out.
Say it again.
I would say any new people listening to this interview, let them know why they should check you out.
Man, look, you check me out because I'm the orca. That's one thing. The intelligent, elegant elephant. All right, you gonna listen to my music and you just want to hug the shit out someone, and whoever negative in your life, you be like, keep that shit over there until you get right. All right, because in my area, shitty energy do not belong. I need you lit with positivity. That's what I want. That's what I want the listeners. I want you lit with positivity. I want you to raise with love and to stay energetic. People think aggression. Look, it's not an oxymoron, but you can be the aggressive, loving person. It's just people take aggressive sometimes as violent or physical. It's just sometimes it's just overly passionate.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Overly passionate, and some people just is like that, and that's why I think the mosh pits happen because they want a mosh pit, but they want a mosh pit to something good, something that's going to fulfill them, not degrade them or make them feel less than or making someone else feel less than. So I'm like, when you listen to me, you're gonna be uplifting lit at the same time.
That's what's up. I want to say thanks for coming through Politic with me, man. It's a good interview.
I appreciate you, bro, man. Thank you.
You want to tell them how to hit you up, your social media and everything?
Hit me up, Noa James, NoaJames, hashtag Orca Life, like Orca the Well, then Life, and you find me, or hashtag Pod Life, like POD Life, and you find me. Pursuing our dreams. Follow bricktoyourface.com. Shout out to the homie Steven. Politickin. We out here.
PoPolitickin.com.
Yeah. Hey, son. Do what I want when I wanna. Smoking that good marijuana. Lean in my cup, yeah, I'm pouring. Lean in my cup, yeah, I'm pouring. Do what I want when I wanna. Smoking that good marijuana. Lean in my cup, yeah, I'm pouring. Lean in my cup, yeah, I'm pouring. Young God in the flesh, nigga. Disrespect and see your death, nigga. Game is foul, they throwing texts, nigga. Never throw the towel, I'm the best, nigga. So who want it now? Probably let you down, 6 feet underground. I've been doing me with my own sound. I've been doing me so profound. Who want war with a side? Better. Who want war with a guy? No one. Straight spit like Berettas. Damn, killing everyone who's flowing. Yeah, getting too deep. You be ducking the beef. I be loving the beef. Yeah, I be fucking this beat. Only put trust in my team. Only put trust in my team. Do what I want when I wanna. Smoking that good marijuana. Lean in my cup, yeah, I'm pouring. Lean in my cup, yeah, I'm pouring. Do what I want when I wanna. Smoking that good marijuana. Lean in my cup, yeah, I'm pouring. Lean in my cup, yeah, I'm pouring.
King Orca, humble servant, don't curve the burden. I hump the serpent, apply the furnace. Faith the circus, unplug a bit. Short the circuit, see pain is love. The struggle's worth it. Life is like a Pac verse or a Martin sermon. Amigos ad-lib, I crack the earth, then surf the surface. Whoa! The system is broken, but I am not broken. Like I am not hopeless. I choose to be golden, choose to be open. I choose to be loving, even though I'm a monster. The darkness be calling, but I do not answer. Just speak to the cobra, got over payola.
Do what I want when I wanna. Smoking that good marijuana. Lean in my cup, yeah, I'm pouring. Lean in my cup, yeah, I'm pouring. Do what I want when I wanna. Smoking that good marijuana. Lean in my cup, yeah, I'm pouring. Lean in my cup, yeah, I'm pouring. Pulling my team like I'm towing. Lean in my cup, yeah, I'm pouring. Chakras is open, I'm focused. Can't stop me, you niggas is hopeless. Got gifted, I'm feeling so holy. Ghost written by God, I am flowing. Inspiration from angels, you know it. My soul is so ancient, my aura is golden. Fuck what you talking. Yeah, I spit that Austin, that's fire, you know. Look how I go in. I don't got time for these bitches, you know. The vision is dope, the mission is close. Can't stop on these goals, your conscience is dead. You saying you woke come up when I spoke. You saying you woke come up when I spoke. Do what I want when I wanna. Smoking that good marijuana. Lean in my cup, yeah, I'm pouring. Lean in my cup, yeah, I'm pouring. Do what I want when I wanna. Smoking that good marijuana. Lean in my cup, yeah, I'm pouring. Lean in my cup, yeah, I'm pouring. Do what I want when I wanna. Smoking that good marijuana. Lean in my cup, yeah, I'm pouring. Lean in my cup, yeah, I'm pouring. Do what I want when I wanna. Smoking that good marijuana. Lean in my cup, yeah, I'm pouring.
Lean in my cup, yeah, I'm pouring.
Thanks for listening to PoPolitickin.com, a self-help meets hip-hop brand. If you are an artist or business owner wanting to be featured on PoPolitickin.com, contact us at PoPolitickin@gmail.com. That's PoPolitickin@gmail.com or text 760-717-5803. If you're a listener that enjoys the show and wants to support, you can donate to PoPolitickin.com via PayPal.com. Please send donations to PoPolitickin@gmail.com. Any amount will be helpful in continuing to create quality content and shows. As always, check out PoPolitickin.com for past episodes. Make sure you subscribe to PoPolitickin on iTunes, YouTube, Podomatic, Stitcher Radio, and Google Play.